my god. That face alone says a million words. God, I love the Mass Effect series. My friend. Oh my god, 10 years ago. God. Makes me feel so fucking old. Oh. Have I not seen this? If I have, then it's been way too long. But I might not have. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let's watch it and see if it strikes a memory or not.
Your contact lenses just arrived.
1-800-CONTACTS. They can't have my brand.
What?
I have special eyes.
What?
Look with your special eyes.
My brand.
What? What the no, I do not remember seeing that shit. I do not remember seeing that shit. It's a classic? Yeah, I don't remember seeing that, no. Wow. God. I find that really weird too, because I'm like such a Mass Effect fan. That's fucking weird that I've never seen that. Alright. Mass Effect Twitter posted something today, by the way. And I don't know what it's supposed to mean. But we'll take a quick look at it before watching the other vids. Yeah, I don't know what this is supposed to be. You have them blocked? You have who blocked? The Mass Effect Twitter or just Twitter in general? Yeah, they posted this for N7 Day today. And they even have like a little download thing you can do so you can like investigate and shit. Mass Effect Twitter. Why do you have them blocked? Yeah, the comments below. Can we talk about Mass Effect, please? We've been dying to talk about Mass Effect all day. All these fucking arrows pointing everywhere. Oh my god. Let's see if anybody's... Oh. Managed to bring up the voice alert. From 8 seconds in, it sounds like a male Quarian and a Geth having a peaceful chat. Audience been so participant mode mess with. Okay. Let's see what this sounds like. Blocks all promoted things on Twitter. Okay, gotcha, Phoenix. Gotcha. Wow. I can barely hear it, but yeah. I can barely hear it, but yeah, that does sound like a Quarian and a Geth just peacefully talking. Like, I can make out certain words. Yeah, that's freaky. Yeah, hopefully we'll find out. Maybe there'll be someone will post a video about it. It'll be like basically this thumbnail right here. It'll basically be this. They'll analyze the fuck out of it. But yeah, alright. This came out, I think like a month or so ago. But it's absolutely everything we know about Mass Effect as of now. Except for, you know, that little video I just showed you. That's like, I think the newest thing since this video came out. But yeah, I haven't watched this video. I haven't watched or even looked up anything about Mass Effect, future Mass Effect at all. Cause I'm like, I'm almost afraid to get my hopes up again for another Mass Effect, you know? I don't want to be disappointed again. Because Andromeda, it had so much potential. So much potential. Like, there's a story in there. There was... When it released, it was basically an alpha of a Mass Effect. It had so much potential. It just saddens me because they just screwed it up so hardcore. Yeah. Let's watch everything we know about Mass Effect 4. Let's see what,
about 8
let's see what they gotta say. This is by Mr.
Remember
Holton?
that I made a video about everything we currently know about the next Mass Effect game, but since then, several things have happened, making that video pretty outdated. So, as to keep everyone updated on the game's current status,
you didn't even
I'm going
hate
to
Andromeda,
recap
just went
everything
yeah, that's what I'm
we've learned from
saying.
the very start.
It felt like an alpha of an alpha. Like, they needed more time on that.
Now, back in December 2020, BioWare decided to show off the first teaser trailer for the next game. But according to the project director, Michael Gamble, the teaser trailer wasn't just for nostalgia's sake, as the teaser is filled
Not
with
just
clues
nostalgia
and
bait.
hints for the future of the franchise. Now, some of these hints have been confirmed by Michael himself. The first one being the camera panning from one galaxy to another, as we zoom into what we now know is our Milky Way galaxy. We can then hear someone saying Godspeed while we're zooming through the stars. Godspeed, if you are unaware, was something that was said when the Tempest took off for the first time in Mass Effect Andromeda. The third confirmed
Oh, I wonder if they're gonna like continue anything from Andromeda, because I really wish they would. Like, it fucking sucked when they canceled the goddamn DLCs and shit. Like, I wanted to see more. I wanted them to improve it. I feel like 3 was more disappointing. 3 was always going to disappoint me because I was led to believe it was going to be the last Mass Effect game ever. Like, no matter how it ended, it could have been the best ending in video game history. It would have still disappointed me just because of that. You haven't played the fixed version they put up for the new collection? I haven't played the Legendary Edition of Mass Effect yet either. I want to, though. God, I remember when for Mass Effect 3, the online mode, I actually played that shit. Ask Yomi. I played it with Yomi and I think someone else. Was it Kazma or... I think we played it. But yeah. The online play was weird. It was fun, but I wouldn't recommend doing it by yourself. It was fun because I played with friends. Yeah, Yomi, I think it was you and Kazma I played with. And I only think we played like a couple of times.
hint is simply that our favorite blue girl Liara is walking on dead,
You hated it?
snow-covered reapers.
It was weird.
Which is a clear indication that the game will be set in a post
I only found it fun because I was playing with friends.
In the trailer, we also see a destroyed mass relay as we zoom past all the space junk, which again reinforces that the game's going to be a sequel to Mass Effect 3 of sorts. Now, with all this said, the teaser trailer isn't all we've gotten since then, as on M7 Day last year,
Sounds about right, Yomi.
the Mass Effect team gave us another sneak peek in the form of an official poster for the next game. This poster again hides several hints for the future
that's why
of the
it's weird,
franchise, and
Phoenix.
it was even confirmed as much by none other than BioWare's own general
By then, it was
manager,
such a staple for it to be a
Garen McKay,
single-player
on the BioWare
RPG.
blog, where he stated
have
that
multiplayer
there are at
was
least
weird.
5 teases that the team had hidden in said poster. So far, the ones that I and many of you guys have managed to find are the following. The first and most obvious tease is that the big crater in the center of the poster is shaped like a Geth, indicating a return of our favorite AIs. Together with this shape, there are also bodies of both Geth and Quarians in said crater,
damn, you really
indicating
gotta
that
squint
this
to
could
see
be
that
the
shit.
result of an ongoing conflict in the game. Moving down on the poster, we see 4 individuals walking towards the center of the crater, and among these we can make out one Krogan in red battle armor. A Krogan that I'm pretty sure is either Rex or someone that has inherited his armor, possibly Grunt. Anyway, we also get a glimpse of what could be the successor to the Normandy SR2, this being a
They
white
do-
ship that looks
They do live a
smaller in
long time. It
size.
could be him,
There's
or it
also
could be a,
text on the
like,
top of the ship that says SFX, which could be a reference to what Mass Effect's original working title was, that being Science Fiction X. What this
Science
could mean is
Fiction
hard
X.
to say, but considering that the Mass Effect team put this
What an
in for a
edgelord
reason,
name.
the Science Fiction X tease could mean that BioWare's going back to their roots on this one, and that we'll see a
Yeah,
game
they learned
that's
their
more
lesson from
similar
the
to first
Andromeda
Mass
mess.
Effect. Have in mind, this is just speculative, but this is what I gather from it anyway. Speaking of going back to their roots, when the teaser trailer was released, Michael Gamble proceeded to post a slew of tweets where he mentioned several team members.
Wait,
and their
Dragon Age had
history
an
with
online
BioWare.
game?
Among some of these members
I
of the
didn't know
team,
that.
we
That's
have
weird.
folks like Derek Watts, who's the original art director for the Mass Effect series. Brandon Holmes, a veteran
Shouldn't be
programmer for
surprised,
the
it is
series who's
EA.
now a producer for the game. Parrish Lay, who's been the cinematic director throughout the original trilogy, but who's also the mastermind behind many huge moments in the original trilogy. Dusty Everman. Now this is the guy responsible for the original Normandy, and he's the one who brought it to life in the first Mass Effect. Now these folks are just a few of the talented individuals that's part of the development team for the next Mass Effect, as the team has grown pretty large since the announcement. Some of the latest hirings have been pretty exciting as well, one individual in particular being Mary DeMarle, who's been hired as the narrative director. Mary, for those of you who are unaware, was the lead writer for Deus Ex Human Revolution, and more recently she was the executive narrative director for Guardians of the Galaxy that released last year, a game that won the award for Best Narrative in a video game.
There she is,
And having
wearing a
played
mask.
Guardians of the
Congratulations.
Galaxy myself, I'd say that Mary's involvement in the next game is incredible news and has raised my own hopes for the future of Mass Effect by an astronomical degree.
Yeah,
Now,
so they're
speaking of
hiring
people
someone with
involved in the
actual,
next game, I also have to mention
like,
that a
talent behind
fellow
them, and not
YouTuber,
just
that
people
being
that
Michael
have only worked
Tucker,
on, like,
who's the
fucking
mind
mobile
behind
games or
Lessons
some
from a
shit, like
Screenplay,
dating sims.
is also working
God.
with BioWare for the next game. Michael is a writer himself, and if you haven't checked out his content on his channel,
Still need to play
highly
Guardian. I haven't
suggest
played
you
it
do
either.
so, and you should especially check out his video.
That's on my
about Mass
to-do
Effect
list. I
as a
wanna
TV
stream it.
series,
That's
because
why I
he
haven't played
really
it
has
yet.
some brilliant ideas in said video. But the involvement of all these talented people aren't
she's
the only
tall.
good news that
Get
has
it,
come
girl?
out so far. You might have seen the talks about this already, but for the sake of anyone new here, there's been a good amount of evidence surfacing that BioWare is not going to be using the Frostbite engine for the next game, but the Unreal Engine
Hope
5.
they have better dating
Heavy
sim
hitters
mechanics.
like Jeff Grubb has made it known through his sources that EA and BioWare has been eyeing the Unreal Engine 5 for a while now because of how advanced
I want to
the
see if
engine
they can
is.
improve
And
the
then to
fucking
basically
kissing
confirm all the
scenes. It always
rumors and
looked
the
fucking
job
awkward in
listings that
every
have
single
asked for
one.
people with Unreal experience, Brandon Holmes, whom I mentioned before, made it known on Twitter that they're indeed working with the Unreal Engine. Now, all this talk
Like,
about
will they
game
they
engines might
improve
seem
on the
confusing
effect
to
of
some
two
you,
Barbie
so
dolls
let me
trying to kiss?
clarify. The original Mass Effect trilogy and the subsequent Legendary Edition were built with the Unreal Engine. BioWare then made a jump to use the in-house EA engine called the Frostbite engine. Frostbite is a game engine
Andromeda.
that's been made famous by the Battlefield series, and because of EA not wanting to spend money on licensing another engine, they had BioWare use Frostbite instead of Unreal when Mass Effect Andromeda was in development. Now, as we all know how that turned out, it
God.
should serve as good news that EA is ready to forego using the Frostbite engine for all their games. As Unreal 5 has proven to be an amazing engine already,
The amount of
we
memes that
should
came out
all
of
be
that,
happy
just that
they're
one
going
face.
forward with this decision. I also want to touch on some other material that's been released, and that's a couple of pieces of concept art that was released in conjunction with the teaser trailer. Now, this concept art is just that, concept art, meaning that whatever we see here might not make it into the game. However, it is worth to mention
It's
that
always
since
cool to see
BioWare
concept
decided
art.
to share these pieces
Like, even the
publicly,
stuff
I
that
think
doesn't
it's
go
safe
in a
to say
game.
that we might still see some elements of whatever we're seeing here in Mass Effect
Like,
4
usually
or
it's, like,
5.
fucking beautiful.
To clarify, we have one piece which shows a mass relay being built.
Like,
However, it has a
Like,
different
someone
aesthetic
did all
to it
that
than the
for
regular
a
metallic
concept
blue that the
and
mass
something that
relays
wouldn't
are
be in the
famous
game.
for.
It's,
One piece shows us another shot of the shuttle or vehicle that's visible in the trailer, but this time on what looks
yeah,
like a
I
desert
feel bad
landscape.
for the
In
developers
another,
on
we again
Andromeda.
see the shuttle to the left and several
They had
individuals walking
everything
towards
against
what
them.
looks like a large hatch or bunker located in a swampy environment. The last piece has us looking at a
That had to
landscape
suck.
that's
You
getting
get to work on
terraformed
this,
or
like,
harvested by advanced
Amazing
technology.
IP.
And by the looks
Carry
of it,
on this
has
legacy,
the design of Remnant's technology
get
that we saw in
screwed
Mass
over
Effect
halfway.
Andromeda. It could be something else, however, but the aesthetic is very similar. The biggest question, however, should come to no one's surprise, and that is if our beloved Commander Shepards will be returning. Now, there's been no confirmed information of this so far, however, there was one pretty big event back in May this year, where I covered a very peculiar thing on the official BioWare Gear store. This thing that I'm speaking of is of course a piece of text attached to the official Mass Effect lithograph that mentioned, quote, Shepard and the survivors picking up the pieces after the Reaper War. Now this piece of info understandably put the entire fanbase into a frenzy up until Michael Gamble dispelled the entire situation by stating that this was just an error in the product description, and that the one that wrote the description had no real knowledge of the games. Now you can take this at face value or say that it's damage control. It was nonetheless a pretty interesting event. And that's basically it. That's everything that we currently know about the next Mass Effect game. Leave your thoughts down below and tell me if I missed something. And don't forget to buy all your BioWare merch through my personal link to support the channel. As always, have a great day, guys.
I hope they actually not only, you know, make Dragon Age 4, but finish it, but also, like, make it good. Finish the game before they release it. Don't give us an alpha. But yeah, oh god, I'm afraid to get hyped anymore for any new games, but especially like from game series I love, like Mass Effect. So that was absolutely everything we know about Mass Effect 4 as of now, plus that little thing we watched at the beginning from Twitter. Like I said, I'm afraid to get hyped. But I love Mass Effect so fucking much. Like even Andromeda. Also, all the characters should be bi again, like in 2. Honestly, it's the fucking future. Just go ahead and make everyone pansexual. Just do it. You cowards. Just do it.